All right, so you just finished your eye exam, and at the very end of the exam, the doctor says, "Has anyone ever told you that you have cataracts?" And then your response was probably, "Yeah, at my last eye exam, my doctor told me that the cataract is not mature enough for surgery yet." And then you start to think and you start to wonder, man, they always say that. Yeah, looks like you have cataracts, but it's not mature enough to do anything. It's not mature enough. It's not mature enough. It's not mature enough. And now that you've actually sat and thought about it, you're probably like, what the heck does even not mature enough even mean? Well, I'm Dr. Mitchell, and I'm here to tell you exactly what that means with no fluff. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so in simple terms, a cataract being mature is just really how long has it been there, what kind of cataract it is, and really, is it affecting the patient's vision? These are the main things we're looking for when we're actually doing an eye exam and we observe a patient that has cataracts. Now, of course, cataracts, is not a disease. If you live long enough, you will probably get cataracts. It's almost certain. But the extent of what it means as a mature cataract, it really just depends on the patient's lifestyle. Okay, so in order for us to recommend cataract surgery to a patient, there's two main things that we're actually looking for. One is, does the patient have a complaint? And the other thing is the patient a danger to the rest of the world? Those are the two main things. Yeah, now I know what you're thinking. You're like, complaint? Yeah, I got a complaint. I can't see the things I want to be able to see. Yes, that is probably true, but how true is your complaint is what we're looking for. Can you see the things that you would like to do? Because if you can, you probably don't necessarily need cataract. And you're like, well, I can see the things I like, but sometimes the glare is bothersome. Well, that is another complaint, but how bothersome is the glare? Is it bad enough where you feel like you can't function and can't be able to safely drive the way you want to? Then yes, you probably are a good candidate for cataract surgery, and your cataract is mature enough. And the other thing I mentioned is, are you a danger to other people? And what I mean by that is typically driving. So a good vision in most states, you need to be able to see 20/40-ish vision or better to be able to drive safely. Cataracts and sometimes hinders people's vision to be able to see clearly and kind of make things very out of focus to the point where they can no longer be able to see better than 20/40. And then when that happens, we would recommend the patient to probably do cataract surgery, because at that point, you're at a risk of hurting yourself and probably other people. Now, at the end of the day, like I mentioned before, cataracts is not a disease. So you don't necessarily really have to do much about it, regardless of how much it actually matures over time. If you're able to see things you want to be able to see, then you probably don't necessarily need cataracts. If your vision gets bad enough and it's worse than 20/40 vision, but you change your lifestyle so that way you're not at risk for other people, then you probably don't necessarily need to do cataract surgery. It really just depends on the actual patient and what their actual complaint is as far as when we would recommend cataract surgery. Okay, and now I know you're probably thinking like, all right, well, now I know that I have cataracts and I know when I should maybe possibly do cataract surgery, but how the heck did I even get cataracts, and what really even is cataracts? Well, I'll tell you what that is too. Ready? Let's go. All right, good afternoon, class. We're gonna talk about cataracts so you can have a better understanding what the heck is going on in the back of your eyes. I drew a big old circle. This is your eyeball. This right here is the front part of your eye. Front part of your eye is called the cornea. I'm just gonna put C for short because you don't really need to know what that means. And then this is the back of your eye. This is called the retina. I'm going to put R for R because you don't really need to know, or R for retina because, again, you don't really need to know what that is. All right, so you want to know about cataracts. In your eye, you have a structure called the lens. It's in the very front part of your eye, but it's inside of your actual eyeball. You are born with the structure. As you get older, this little structure right here starts to harden and crystallize. This thing allows light to come and go through, so that way when light goes through, it can actually help it focus light to the back of your eye so you can see clearly. Now, when this thing gets hardened, or starts to harden as you get older, your vision gets very hazy. So you can think of it as like a dirty windshield. If this continuously gets dirty, like your windshield on your car, less light gets in, and it is super hard to see through it. And because light can't get through here anymore, it no longer hits the back of the eye where it needs to make your vision clear, and that makes it almost impossible for you to be able to see if it matures enough. All right, the other thing is, as it matures, this actually causes light to not hit the go straight through anymore because it's not clear and as malleable as it used to be, and it makes light kind of just scatter in your eyeball wherever the heck it wants to do, and that causes really intense bad glare, especially with these new LED lights from these Elon Musk cars. All right, so now you know how a cataract works and how it functions in your eyes, and you're like, man, my cataract is pretty mature because I can't see to do things I want to be able to see. Then yeah, it's probably time for cataract surgery. But that's okay. Cataract surgery is one of the most common surgery procedures done in America, and it's one of the actual safest ones that you can actually do. So if you're unimpressed with your vision and you want to be able to see better, it might be a great option for you. But you won't really know for sure unless, of course, you do a comprehensive eye exam, and then what you do is work together with your doctor to figure out if that's something that you should do, because there might be some underlying reasons why you might not be a great candidate for it. Now you actually know the secret to the maturation of cataracts. It doesn't really matter how long you've had a cataracts. It doesn't really matter what kind of cataract you have. It really just means, are you complaining? Because if you're complaining, then it's mature enough to get cataract surgery. And then, of course, the other thing is, are you a danger to others? Or can you not see and you're still out there driving? Then you probably need to go get cataract surgery, or at least talk about some alternative options. I'm Dr. Mitchell. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked the video.